the American people stand firm in the faith which has inspired this nation from the beginning. We believe that all men have a right to equal justice under law and equal opportunity to share in the common good. We believe that all men have the right to freedom of thought and expression. We believe that all men are created equal because they are created in the image of God. From this faith, we will not be moved.
Hello, God bless America, and welcome to the Freedom of Thought podcast. I am your host, Paladino Joey, or Joey Awajan. Freedom of Thought is available on all of your favorite podcasting apps, including Spotify, of course, but the specifications they're looking for are pretty outrageous. But hey, I guess that's kind of a way to help the show. Also, yes, there are other ways to help the show. We'll talk about that later if I feel like it. You don't necessarily have to, but if you want to, you can. Anyway, thank you so much for downloading and listening to the show. It is a great pleasure to be back aboard with you once again today. Sorry it's been a little bit since the last episode. Of course, busy schedule and all that, and the busyness is continuing. It's fall cleanup season for me, unfortunately, so it's like the second job is really kicking in, the busyness and all of that. But election just took place locally here in Minnesota, Twin Cities and all that, and Golden Valley is my hometown and current residence and everything. But also, again, nationally, I won't be getting so much into national to be a kind of local, but still, it does kind of show signs of the times, regardless if it's local or national. But locally, well, the first ever Somali-born mayor will be the next mayor of St. Louis Park. So, yeah, we're just really on a roll here in Minnesota. We got the first ever Somali representative in Ilhan Omar. What a wonderful beacon of excellence and greatness and American patriotism she's become. Not. So, yeah, it's an absolute joke. Nadia Muhammad is your mayor-elect of St. Louis Park, and, of course, local channels all making such a big deal about it, like it's such a great thing. So, of all places, too, St. Louis Park, supposedly a lot of Jewish population living in St. Louis Park. I don't know. I don't think Somalis and Muslims are big fans of Jews. I just don't understand what's going on, other than I just think that, I don't know. I think the demographics are really changing in the Twin Cities. Obviously, it started with kind of South Minneapolis and such, and it kind of took over a lot of, it took over this whole District 5, basically, which is, I believe, what we are, the 5th District. And then Ilhan Omar, it just seems like she has a stronghold, regardless what an absolute un-American bastion of hatred she is. She continues to win. Regardless of how dishonest she goes about things. And the constant hatred that gets thrown out. Obviously, the white liberals, the Patrick Royces and such that live in this neighborhood where I live in Golden Valley. Patrick Royce, a Star Tribune columnist for many years and all that, making stupid statements. I've mentioned it multiple times on Freedom of Thought that the reason why I vote for Ilhan Omar is because Trump hates her. And it's like, really? You vote for Ilhan Omar because Trump hates her? Okay, first of all, where did Trump say he hated her? Secondly, disagreeing with somebody doesn't mean you hate them. Do I like Ilhan Omar? Not at all. Do I hate her? I would like to say I don't, but at the same time, I wouldn't vote for her if she paid me, because I think she hates you. I think she hates America. So, Patrick Royce, Trump doesn't hate Ilhan Omar. Ilhan Omar hates you. You're a white American male. She hates you. Get it through your head, Patrick Royce, just in case 1 in a billion chance you're listening, or anybody who sees the world the way Patrick Royce does. She hates you. She does. Oh, you don't think she does, and it doesn't appear like she does. She hates you. If Ilhan Omar loves this country, I got a bridge to sell you. Nadia Muhammad, I don't know a whole lot, but if she's anything like Ilhan Omar, We are on a roll here in Minnesota. We are on a roll, and we really need God's help. We really do, because I don't know. That's where I mean. Now we have two of them, and it's not like I hate Somalis, but at the same time, here's the thing: Ilan Omar hates you. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? I'm going to keep saying it. And if Nadia Muhammad is anything like Ilan Omar, Nadia Muhammad hates you, and people that voted for them hate you. They hate you. It's just a fact. And all this protesting and, crazy, ranting and such during this whole Israel-Palestine situation, Gaza Strip and all that, which is, obviously it's like throwing kerosene in a fire, all that kind of stuff. These people in New York, coming out and protesting and saying basically like we're taking over, Allah Akbar and everything. They're literally planning on taking over. And then you see stuff like this, and then you keep hearing about we're taking over, we're going to take over. You'll all convert to Islam, and all that. Oh, boy. If you want to say, oh, boy, it's not about me calling angry, mean people uncivilized, because angry, mean people are uncivilized. Especially if you're burning things down and tearing stuff apart. That is uncivilized. It's not racist to say so. Anybody that does that is an uncivilized human being, regardless if they're white, black, Asian, whatever. You're an uncivilized person if you're going to tear down property of people that had nothing to do with whatever you're ranting and raving about. So, no, I'm not pleased with what I'm seeing. I'm not pleased with what's been going on. Of course, in Golden Valley, the two mayoral candidates, I know you're like, who cares? It's just tiny. It's just a suburb of Minneapolis and all that. No, the fact that it just tells you the demographics of Golden Valley. Cobalt blue, as Bob Bierman of Truth to Ponder would say, because every single time it's Democrat versus Democrat. And, of course, they lie to everybody and put next to their name nonpartisan, 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 nonpartisan. And the only thing you ever hear about is diversity, diversity, diversity. And then 4 years ago, Shep Harris, there were the two candidates. I mean, Shep Harris seemed like a decent person the first time or so he got elected. Seemed like an okay guy. I think this would have been his fourth term, but yeah, he was in there for 3 terms. It would have been his fourth term if he ran again. At least that's my belief. I think, yeah, he got reelected. He was first elected right before I left Golden Valley. And then when I came back, he'd been reelected and all that. And then he went for reelection again, 4 years ago. And because I left Golden Valley many years ago and then came back, you know what I mean? So, yeah, came back 3 years later. Glad to be back, believe me, because the other place, Brooklyn Park, is too far away for what I do. Shep Harris, though, see, the first 2 times, it's okay. He seemed like a decent person. You didn't really hear too much. And that's usually the number one problem with a lot of these mayoral candidates. You don't really hear anything. All it says is bipartisan. And then maybe a thing or two, responsible this and great leadership. And, I love people. I'm for the people, whatever that means. That can mean anything. What people? Which people exactly? The community? Whenever I hear the word community, I want to cringe. It's always a hardcore Democrat. Because Barack Obama was a community leader before he became Senator Obama. Ugh, I hate that word community. It just reeks of left-wing, hardcore. But no, back to the point about Shep Harris, Shep Harris, whatever. The last time he was up, the 2 candidates were, Shep Harris and Schmidgall. I keep forgetting his first name. I don't know if it was Dave or Mark Schmidgall, something like that. Schmidgall, he sounded kind of good. He talked about business and this, and he wanted to make a public pool for the city of Golden Valley, something that they used to talk about in the late 1980s, and it never, ever, ever happened. Late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s, and then after that, you never heard about it again. It'd be nice to have a public pool in Golden Valley. And I know that's not important to anybody right now, that want to talk about like national politics or world situations going on, like Israel and Biden's idiocy and all the bull crap going on everywhere, like Ukraine and such. But still, it would have been nice, especially when we heard about it 20, 30, 40 years ago, and it still never happened. It would have been nice rather than having to go to other cities just to go to a dang pool. I think it could be a nice little moneymaker in the summertime. But he was about business. And then you have Shep Harris. What's his whole campaign about? Rainbows. It's about rainbows. Yep, rainbows. That's all it was. Rainbows, diversity, acceptance. Okay, we've been forced to accept this enough nonstop. Why is this still a campaign? You've already, you want us to accept you? Okay, fine. You're accepted. We're not going to, we're not, we're not going to put burning crosses in your front yard. Like, that's a little crazy. We're not going to do that. No, we're not going to do that. Okay, now let us get married. Love is love. Well, I voted against it, but unfortunately a lot of people voted for it, that it's okay. So gay marriage became legal. Fine, whatever. I strongly disagree, but fine. And then now it's like deify us every 10 seconds. Oh, but acceptance. We're still talking about acceptance. And what happens? You go from the only thing Shep Harris talked about was the rainbows over and over again. Rainbow this, rainbow that, and it's such a good thing. That's why that was his, suddenly that became his main campaign conversation. That was basically all he talked about. Schmidgall, business, making Golden Valley stronger. Why the heck not? He might have been a Democrat, but he might have been a good Democrat compared to, if your whole dang campaign is about rainbows. Well, there's enough rainbows in Golden Valley. I've often called Golden Valley Rainbow Valley. I love my hometown, but I don't love what it's become over the last, 30 years or so. Because it's been going on since the mid-90s or so. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. But I did accept them in society even back then. I was nice to the people, the neighbors that moved in that were batting for the other team. I was nice to them. They were customers in the lawn service. Some of them still are. Yep. I've delivered DoorDash to some. Not my enemy. They're not my enemy. I just don't agree with the lifestyle, but you're not my enemy. Nope. But so what happens? Mayor Shep Harris gets reelected like 75 to 25. Schmidgall is that unattractive? Business is that unattractive to you because the other guy said rainbow, rainbow, rainbow? I mean, it was like not even a conversation. It's not even an intelligent conversation if all you care about is a frickin' rainbow. You've got to be blankety blanking me. You've got to be bleeping me. Seriously, that's all you care about? 75%. I mean, it was a blowout. Like, Reagan versus Mondale was less of a blowout. That just tells you how Golden Valley thinks. Dang it, people, and unfortunately, I've heard the people talk. I mean, they're the Patrick Royces of the world. You just know he voted for him because of that. Gosh. And you hear the way these people think, and it's like, well, of course, one-track mind. Just all it is just ultra-left agenda. And I don't know, Shep Harris didn't even sound like a Democrat before, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, he's definitely a Democrat. Big time. But he's nonpartisan, though. He's nonpartisan. And then now these next two people, nonpartisan versus nonpartisan, two females that are both DFL, yes. And they admitted that they are. And the one that probably won, Rosalind something, I don't even care at this point, but no, I mean, we'll get her name here in a second. Apparently, their family is close friends with Keith Ellison, my favorite person in the whole wide world. I cannot stand him. I cannot stand Keith Ellison at all. He is an angry, evil person. Evil. Rosalind Harmon, that's what it was. Okay, so she declared victory in Golden Valley mayor race. Apparently, that one was really close. Like, yeah, see, this time it's a competition. See, Schmidgall, we can't have that public pool, and we can't get business going in Golden Valley, which is, again, as much as I love the hometown, there's not a whole lot going on here. For a place that's pretty close to Minneapolis, there's not a whole lot. Okay, we have a Chipotle, we have a McDonald's, we have a Starbucks and stuff. Yeah, but it'd be nice to have a little bit more going on, but we don't have a whole lot going on. But yeah, it looked like it was about 49, and oh yeah, and yay, she's going to be the first black mayor. Yeah, I know. Not bad looking, but again, first black mayor. Is that all we care about? Is that all we care about? Just, here's the thing. Who's the one bringing up race all the time, and why is race so dang important all the time? The left. So why are the right-wingers considered racist and white supremacist? I don't understand. Why is the right considered racist and white supremacist when the left are the ones constantly talking about race and voting for people because of their race? I'm sorry. Like, Barack Obama won his election because of that. He did. People wanted, we got to get him in there. It's time. I don't care how radical he is about his politics. And here's the thing. If you want a black president or something, make it somebody that has good conservative godly values. There's plenty of good black conservatives out there, but no. We don't want one of those. We want a radical left-wing one. So it's like stupid. She seems like a nice person. Her mom was going door to door in my parents' neighborhood. Nice person, yes. This is Rosalind Harmon's mom. Yes, her mom was going door to door putting stuff like, oh, please vote for my daughter, da-da-da. Nice person, but they're friends with Keith frickin' Ellison. Keith Ellison. He's the Attorney General now of Minnesota. He was like a senator before. Minnesota, like in the state senator. He is a crumb bag. No, yeah, he was a state senator. Yeah, he is a crumb bag. He's evil. He's demonic. And people vote for him over and over and over again. And of course they do, because evil crumb bags like that get... it's so stupid. So stupid. So stupid. But that's where we stand, I guess, with politics in Golden Valley, Minnesota. Nationally, I hope things have gone better elsewhere. But I don't pay attention to mayoral votes in too much nationally, but I'm sure there's some very important ones out there. Other stuff that come up, I'll talk about it. If there's some important conversation coming up that could make a huge difference. Hopefully a good conservative winning somewhere. I'm going to check the mailbag quick, of course. This is, again, Freedom of Thought. Facebook page is, Freedom of Thought, of course. And I did post saying that we are really on a roll here in Minnesota. St. Louis Park, first U.S. city to elect a Somali American mayor, Nadia Mohammed. Yeah. There is no mailbag on Facebook. So that's the Facebook page anyway. I'm going to check Instagram, because I know, unfortunately, Twitter/X, there's not been a whole lot of interaction there. So Instagram real quick. Oftentimes, I've seen a few from Mark Carlson to see if anything new has popped up. Apologize for the delay. Because I know the Facebook page app or whatever, or just Facebook page in general, acted up with Purple Mafia. So freedom _of_thought 1776 is the Instagram. Now let me make sure if there's any conversation. Yep, Mark Carlson. So most recently I was like, George Floyd wasn't murdered. Yeah, that was a really interesting conversation. So check that out if you haven't yet. It shows a comment. Just let me read it. Okay, sorry, Mark. 2 weeks ago. Mark Carlson out of Iowa says, a surprise to do this episode. A surprise to see this episode in my feed. I did not know about this. I suppose that I am not local to the area. Yep, because, Mark's from Iowa. It's not, and George Floyd's local, but that conversation was on Tucker Carlson, though, so that's national. I suppose that I'm not local to the area and that I no longer watch or listen to the standard media. That may be a factor, but that is why I listen to the show and a few others. Keep us posted, Joey, and thank you. Yep, you're more than welcome, Mark. Yep, so... that was a very interesting conversation. Do check out that last episode where you'll hear what Tucker had to say about Tucker Carlson with the whole George Floyd situation, that he really did die of fentanyl overdose. George Floyd died of a fentanyl overdose, and the people knew it. The person that did the autopsy knew it, and unfortunately it was covered up. It was intentionally covered up because we're all going to get fired if we don't cover this truth up. We're going to all get fired, and boy oh boy, those Floyds, they sure deserve that 19.7 million or something they got. What a bleeping absolute robbery of the city of Minneapolis. And I have nothing really good to say about the city of Minneapolis other than I grew up in the Minneapolis metro, Golden Valley in particular. Yep, so I'm Golden Valley all the way, basically. I basically lived about 4 years, technically, about 3.5 to 4 years outside of Golden Valley out of my 44 years. So, I've basically been a 40-year resident / native of Golden Valley. But, it's just... Should Minneapolis have paid, the city of Minneapolis, the taxpayers? I know they're all frickin' Democrats anyway, so they probably think it's really a wonderful thing. But still, should they have paid the Floyd family $19.7 million for basically nothing? For their relative to overdose and fentanyl. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I mean, it's robbery. I don't deserve $19 million. So why should they? Why should they get it? You know, I mean, I'm not happy somebody died, but I mean, should all these people's lives be ruined also because of this cover up? All these police officers' lives be ruined. They can't, you know, even if and when they ever get out of prison, they can't even get a job. They can't get treated like a human being. So it's insanely frustrating at the end of the day. Not sure what's going on here. Looks like a police officer, but it's only 8:53. So interesting. He's like, I'd be just looking to see if people are in the park, but I'm just kind of hanging around. So I'm gonna, yep. No, it looks like he's on his way out. He's just making sure the park is, nothing crazy's happening here. So at least from what I can tell. Give me a second here. I just want to make sure. He might even come up to me and all of that. So, looks like he's on his way out. Okay. Whew. Well, probably figures I'm just some clown on the phone, and that's pretty much what I am. Doing a mobile freedom of thought. See, I am the host of Freedom of Thought. See, you don't question what I do in a parking lot. No, I'm just kidding. No, that's not what's going on. That was a little bit weird and awkward. But yeah, he's just making sure no weird activity was going on, I guess, in the park. Because, I mean, it's technically not closed yet. It's 9 o'clock. So, I don't know. He was probably like, I don't want to deal with this anyway. Hell with it. Nope, I'm an innocent guy. I'm not going to hurt anybody. So, I'm sorry. Again, City of Golden Valley, yay. I mean, we're going to have our first black mayor, I guess. Okay. Seems like a nice person, but I think her politics suck. Regardless if she's black or white or green or Asian or Native American, her politics suck. Yeah, so I'm not all too excited about it. I don't have any expectations from her at all to do anything good, but we'll see. Congratulations, Rosalind, Harmon. Congratulations, I guess, in advance. Nadia Mohammed, please, Lord, stop whatever evil agenda she might have. Or, please, Lord. Maybe by God's grace she gets saved. That'd be even better. Yeah, she gets saved. Ilhan Omar gets saved, and then that revival can happen. But I don't know. It feels like we're going the opposite way. And it really does. It really feels like we're going the opposite way, but we'll see what happens. As for that, I did check the mailbag, so that's where we're at. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll try to get caught up and keep up and everything at the same time. I'm glad that the audio tends to turn out pretty good on these mobile episodes, so I'm grateful for that. With that said, have yourself let's talk about Halloween and Thanksgiving really quick before I sign off here. Yep, Halloween came and went, and, it's okay. I like the festive side of Halloween. I probably might have talked about it in the last episode. I enjoy the festive side of it, but I'm not into I'm obviously not into the witches stuff and all that. Absolutely not. As a Christian, why would I support any of that? Thanksgiving is pretty much my favorite holiday there is because you're leading into, the Christmas season and everything. And it's usually like wrapping up cleanups around that time of year. I love turkey. It's one of my favorite dishes on the planet. It's wonderful. Really appreciate what Thanksgiving can bring people. It's a wonderful thing. So it really is. I love Thanksgiving. And, some of the star formations as we get into November, you get to see Orion. Obviously, the Pleiades are already in the sky. The red star that follows what they call the Seven Sisters, that's the Pleiades. Capella's been in the sky. That's the golden star. It starts coming up in September and hangs around well into May. It's unbelievable how long that one stays up. But, yeah, I mean, yes, I'm a star nerd. Sometime I might talk about astronomy a little bit. Obviously, I'm a big fan of, blurry creatures, great podcast. Truth to Ponder, of course. Blurry Creatures, of course, talking about the giants, the Nephilim, Bigfoot, all of that. I'm not a huge fan of all the Bigfoot talk, but for me to dismiss it, I think would be wrong, because there's been too many conversations out there. Lots of conversations about Bigfoot and such. So it's interesting. I don't think I'll be seeing any Bigfoots around in Golden Valley. Remnants of giants, I don't know. I doubt it, but you never know. That'd be really interesting. A fascinating conversation. That's why I like Blurry Creatures and Confessions. What's the name of the actual name of it? Of course, the Living Off Grid Power and Information podcast or show done by Jim Calhoun. He's like friends with Truth to Ponder's Bob Bierman. The Confessionals. Yep, that's similar to Blurry Creatures, and in fact, it's actually older than Blurry Creatures. He was probably like he was an inspiration for the host of Blurry Creatures. So, yep, obviously awesome stuff. Bible Mysteries, Ancient Conspiracies. There's some really fantastic podcasts. Haunted Cosmos is the other one. So, yeah, I mean, just awesome, outstanding stuff. Those are the 5, you could say either Christian or whatever you'd want to call it, Christian or, like ancient history type conversation. It's fascinating stuff. So, yeah, people are pulling up all over the place. So, with that said, I'm going to probably sign off for the day. Thank you for listening, and God bless the United States of America.